You know how they're like horse girls?
Yes.
Okay, well, instead of being a horse girl, that was my sister, I was the fairy girl, believed that fairies would talk to me and that I could become a fairy princess one day when I grew up. I definitely wished that there was something mystical about it, but I didn't like fully believe that fairies were actually talking to me.
Well, that's why it didn't really happen, because you didn't fully believe, right? The Feywild. A pretty popular topic of D&D discussion.
It's my favorite realm.
Her favorite, even more than the material plane?
Who even likes the material plane?
I mean, the material plane is probably my favorite, actually, but I'm a little basic boy, I guess. So, okay, I was just reading the page and a half, really it's like one page of text that's in the 5e Dungeon Master's Guide about the Feywild, and of course it has this section about these two courts called the Seelie and Unseelie.
Also known as the Summer Court and the Gloaming Court.
Exactly. Wow. It says that Seelie and Unseelie do not directly correlate with good and evil, though many mortals make that equation. Many Seelie Fae are good, many Unseelie are evil, but their opposition to each other stems from the Queen's jealous rivalry, not abstract moral concerns. And there are evil creatures in the Fae, like hags and Fomorians are two that it mentions here, but they're not really associated with either of these courts.
Yeah, and there can be as many courts as you want. Like, in addition to Queen Titania,
Yeah.
and the Queen of Air and Darkness, who
Wow.
I really respect the
Hold on.
Queen of Air and Darkness because she just like doesn't want to have a physical form, so she just like refracts her essence through a giant
You respect that?
diamond. I also highly encourage people to create as many courts and fae nobles as they want to.
A courtly drama?
Yes, a courtly drama as you have these rival fae just squabbling with each other, because that's basically what they do for fun.
Yeah, so there is this third-party book that I've seen in our friendly local game store called Courts of the Shadow Fae, but I feel like this is more of like a Feywild setting book, which is kind of what people are into.
That's cool and nice.
Yeah, maybe we'll just get this book
Maybe
instead.
we should. Yeah.
Not a sponsor. Thank you to Scribe for sponsoring this video. They now have over 3,000 scenes of professionally written box text to plug right into your game. It's easy to search. It saves me a ton of time when prepping for my game, when I want those moments of extra special flavor for a scene. And so much of that content is free, but if you choose to sign up, definitely do so using the promo code BOB to save 10% and start your next adventure with Describe. I do think you should world build your own Fey plane, because while these courts are cool and you can bring them in, or if you really want, get this new Wizards of the Coast book and make the whole thing a carnival, whatever. But
the whole thing?
Carnival or no carnival, Feywild should have a lot of cotton candy. Like a little too sweet.
Maybe in the Summer Court, but probably not in the Gloaming Court.
And you see, I just have problems with how the Feywild is structured, where like it's good and evil, but then it's also like opposing the Shadowfell, which is basically just evil. To me, Feywild is like pretty much all good stuff. It's like what you're saying, where the rivalry that happens there is just kind of this courtly, like we're gonna be really polite about it but diss each other and like play pranks and tricks on each other.
Like the kind of stuff I love about like period dramas.
Exactly.
Where the women are just constantly doing like subtle digs at each other.
Yeah.
But like never breaking
like the
courtesy.
conduct. Yeah,
yes,
exactly.
The rules of conduct, which are supposedly extremely complex in the Feywild.
That'd be fun things to world build. Like, I don't know, instead of shaking hands.
Only drink milk out of a saucer.
Yeah. Yeah, you need some quirky things, especially for the Feywild.
You're supposed to put milk in a saucer for the brownies that clean your kitchen. Not as like a gift, because I guess they hate that.
Oh.
But
they don't like gifts?
It's not that they don't like gifts, it's just they don't like being seen as needing like your charity.
We don't need your milk.
So it's like, I'm just gonna put this milk here. If you want it, you know, I know you don't need the milk.
It's just a nice gesture.
Yeah.
Wow, I wonder if that's where leaving milk and cookies out for Santa comes from.
Maybe.
Because he's supposed to be a fairy,
He's supposed to be
right?
an elf.
Or an elf, yeah.
Oh, that's something you should put in your Feywild. Actual
Claus?
Santa.
Yeah, and once a year he comes around, plops some gifts on people.
Right on top of them.
Yeah, because that's a cool Trixie Fae thing to do.
Yeah.
Here's your gift.
Santa and the Easter Bunny.
The Easter
should both
the Easter
be-
Bunny does seem
They
pretty
both have
fey.
a place in the Feywild.
Well, and freaking Tooth Fairy while we're at it. What are weird things a Tooth Fairy could be? This is the Feywild content people came to this podcast for.
Make your tooth fairy have a domain of teeth, like made out of teeth.
Castle made of teeth.
Castle made
or
of
like
teeth.
carved out of one giant tooth.
But
Whoa.
they should be...
Something like acidic, like some kind of just ooze creature that, you know, like I'm thinking of what
Yeah.
like wrecks teeth.
It's like
what consumes
constantly
teeth,
dissolving
you know?
its
Why
own
does it
domain.
want teeth?
Maybe it is a creature made of teeth.
Whoa,
And
tooth
then it
golem.
needs more teeth to make itself bigger.
Yeah.
And it's trying to take over the Feywild.
Would all its attacks be bites? It would have tooth magic.
Maybe it can rot all your bones.
This is why there needs to be a lot of cotton candy in the Feywild, Grace.
Yeah. My tea's gone, so